go on the Tijuana mission trip. This was the first mission trip I've ever been on, and I hope I can go on more in the future. I've always wanted to do something like this, but I never really had the opportunity, nor did I think it was realistic for me because of my school and work schedules. And from what I've heard about mission trips before going on this one is that they're very expensive. This mission trip only cost me $50, which is nothing compared to what I got to experience there, and also ended up working out with my schedule like perfectly. Prior to going on the trip, I was really scared because of all the things I thought were going on at the border and in Mexico in general, and my family was like scared for me, and like I'm a little white blonde girl. So I bought a taser a few years ago off Amazon. It's like a little pink taser, and like it's pretty crazy, but I brought it. When we got to the border, it took us only about 10 to 15 minutes to get through. And we were driving through the streets at night to get to the church. If any of you know how the streets of LA look at night, that's pretty much exactly what I expected the streets of Tijuana to look like, but probably worse. Like homeless people everywhere and craziness and stuff, and that was not the case. The streets were basically empty, and it was extremely quiet. The thing that stood out to me the most was probably how all of the houses had huge metal gates around them, and their cars were inside of the gates. When we got to the church, we started unpacking our bags, and I felt really safe there. Everyone was really friendly, and they had some really cute dogs that kept distracting me the entire time. In the mornings, we had breakfast and a morning devotional to start the day, and then we started working on the church's gym. We used some construction skills and built big boxes for people to jump on and use when they're working out. I put a Bible verse to share with you guys. 1 Corinthians 6, verses 19 to 20. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God, and that you are not your own? For you have been purchased at a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body. By the church in Tijuana building this gym for the people there, they're really helping them glorify God in their body by helping them be physically active, which is important. After working on the gym the first day, we went out to one of the most poverty-stricken areas of Tijuana and invited everyone to one of the ladies' houses who goes to the church but lives in that area. I forgot her name, and I feel so bad. And she opens up her house to her neighbors. Do you guys remember how I told you how I was scared of being in Mexico? I totally brought my taser on this part of the trip. I had it in my back pocket because I thought if there was going to be any time I would need a taser in Mexico, it would definitely be while going to one of the most poverty-stricken areas, right? Makes sense, I don't know. I was wrong. The people were extremely friendly, and when I smiled at them, they smiled back. And unfortunately, I don't know how to speak Spanish, or I probably would have had conversations with more than a few of them. While we were inviting people to the house, a drunk man came up to us and started talking to Tony. He was telling him about how he was deported from Belize, right? Yeah, and ended up there. And then he asked him, "Is this your family?" And Tony said, "Yeah." It was Tony, me, and a couple of Asian kids. The guy was surprised, but he wanted to shake all of our hands. The following day, when we went back out to the ladies' house, we put together a play of the Good Samaritan for the kids, and they loved it, especially when the girls pretended to beat up AJ. After the play, we split the kids into two groups, one group getting snacks and drinks first, and my group got to play with the kids first. We decided to play freeze tag with them, and it was so much fun. There was one little girl I remembered who stood out to me. I don't know her name. But I wish so bad that I could talk to her and conversate with her. But I don't know Spanish, but she was so sweet. She kept following me around, and at one point we played this game and we had partners, and she like wanted to be my partner every time. She was so cute. After we played, we took them to get their snacks and drinks, and then we all prayed as a group and said our goodbyes. I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity to go on this trip, and I wish I could have stayed and done more there. But now I know that it is possible for me to go on mission trips like this, and I can always do more for someone less fortunate than me, not just while on a mission trip. In my own personal life, I think most of you who have known me for the short time that I've been coming to Journey can see some of the changes that God has been doing in my life. When I first started coming here, I was in an unhealthy relationship. I was depressed and had anxiety most of the time. I had a DUI. I was working at a job that I was miserable at, and I was going to school, but not really putting in the effort that I knew that I needed to. My journey has definitely not been perfect, and I don't claim it as that. But I know that without a doubt, God has been working through everything. I've been able to actually become a business consultant to help out that company that I previously worked at. And I love the owners there. They're amazing people. I'm currently a behavioral therapist working with kids with autism at the company that my dear friend and roommate and coworker is the supervisor at. Karen, wherever you are. I don't have that constant depression and anxiety anymore. I still get stressed out and stuff, of course, but I know that God's always got me, and I don't have to, be anxious about things. Last week I started my last semester at Cuesta. I'll just need one more class in the summer, and then I can figure out where I want to transfer to finally. I'm able to have a healthy relationship with myself, and most importantly, God. What I'll end with today is that if you are looking for God, I know that He will definitely show Himself to you. And also, what I've been learning is if you are going through any struggles, and if you're needing to, you feel like you need to talk to someone about something, and something's just on your heart, and just, something you're struggling with, talk to people about it, because you never know what someone can say that will help you. And so that's all. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I know that there's pictures on the PowerPoint somewhere. Can we get those up? I don't know. So I put some pictures